pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business is reorganization. And nominations for president.
Ed. Nominate Ed.
Not been fighting over. Is there a second? Or any other nominations?
I'll second that.
Been motion made and seconded for me to retain as president. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
That was pretty tough.
Motion carried. Vice president, who was,
Mike Burrows was.
Mike Burrows was. You want to take vice president?
I guess.
Okay.
Second that.
Can't say your name.
Jeff.
Jeff Mister. All in favor, say aye. Secretary,
That was John Lynn before.
okay. I'm on Nick,
Yeah, I'm nominating John.
John Lynn.
Second.
John Lynn's been. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Attorney. Are you willing to serve? Yeah.
Yes, is the county.
It's the Okay.
Same as last year.
Yeah, autumn purchasing.
Did you sneak anything in from last year or
Did
not?
not.
Okay.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
The motion made second to retain autumn purchase our attorney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Recording secretary.
That'll be Sarah.
Okay,
Nominate, what's your name, Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah. Second.
all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Okay, thank you, guys. We'll sign that later. Is that what? you-
This is Autumn's
That's just
contract.
contract.
Yeah. We all find that. Did you guys want to look at Autumn's contract at all? There weren't any changes to it.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, 25 emergency maintenance contracts.
Mhm. Those are the same ones that we've been passing around at the other board meetings. But it just needs each board's signature on one.
What is, this is just what,
That's for the FEMA required. We started that in 2018. All of them are front and back, except the very last one is 2 pages.
we have to
Gonna approve it.
approve it.
I would.
I'll make a motion to approve the emergency maintenance contracts. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We need to sign them now. You're saying all of us need to sign them?
No, just the president.
Yeah.
We can add them to the signature pile.
Yes, do that, please.
Okay.
Okay. 2025, oh, let's skip that for now, okay?
Sure.
Minutes of the November 14th meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. Second.
The motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of the November 14th meeting. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Okay, claims.
We have James Parker for beaver dams. Or for beavers, I'm sorry, and then Renfro's for Amy Kelly, phase 1 and 2, and then Beaver excavating for finishing a project on the Robbins ditch.
Just the 3 claims.
Yeah.
Yes, here's Beaver. We moved Jim Parker for, and this is the Amy Kelly, which was at Hamlet. And that's finished. I was up there yesterday. So, any questions on this?
There's enough money in all the funds?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
And then the finishing the Robbins at the on the other side of the bridge. So just the 3 claims.
yeah.
Okay, any questions? Motion,
So moved. Second.
Been motion made and second to accept all three claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I need to sign them.
Yeah.
Place ditch, Dalton, Weinkoff.
And he's here to speak with you. There's his paperwork. If you'd like to come up and talk to the board about what you plan to do, that would be wonderful.
Just kind of lay it out to him what you got in mind.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Drainage pumping, asking for variance. For drainage pumping. It's in 104. There's no way upstream. From here, the ditches start on the property. But from here on, as a different property owner. Pumping into that ditch.
So you're gonna, so water's gonna run this way?
No, that's, yeah. Flow's going that way, north. And then
Is there a ditch here now?
it's like that.
It starts here?
This one starts here at 6.
That'll dump in here in the same pump you're saying
Yeah.
and pump that way. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's not a pump there now, nothing there.
He'll
These
lock
are
it.
just 2 farm ditches, and then this is a big ditch, but it just starts right at 6. Where they all two together and go on. Then they go under the railroad and tie into Pine Creek eventually. So I don't know how to do it exactly, put a drainage pump in, because I got tile.
So you're gonna pump
together.
this, you're gonna pump this side this way too?
Yeah, I wanted to. tie
So all this is
everything
gonna be together to have pump
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, either dig the ditch around like that or put a culvert in or. Does that make sense?
You been up there look at that?
Yes. Yeah, I have no problem with it. He's only affecting himself, you know what I'm saying? And there's really not a lot of water there ever, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna take a
I
lot.
don't know, what, 6-inch pump or something, you know, I mean, it's, you know,
I
even
was just gonna put a tank car with boards or something, and take the boards out and refurl us, so we're gonna have a pumper.
I should, right on the west of Walker, just as you come down behind that factory,
Yeah.
104 goes off that way to the south.
So if you don't have a problem with it, you looked at it, I'll make the motion, we let him do it.
Okay,
Second that.
the motion made and second to give Dalton the variance to put a pump in on that, whatever which it is, but
Yeah, leave us.
I know.
Okay, that's all we'll do.
Okay.
not really.
It's cold out.
Yeah. Okay, open bids for Lawrence Pontius. What was that? This is it here?
No, those are the claims from you.
Oh,
I'll take that. Here, it's right here. This was at the golf course.
oh, okay. So he's gonna take the trees and
Yeah,
clean that up.
that's one.
You wanna get a help with those bids, please?
The first one is from Hill Excavating for 2,500. And the second one is from Renfro Excavating for 1,300.
What's it doing there?
Oh, there's 2 trees out there in the ditch. And they have to be careful because it's at the golf course.
Two
so-
trees in the golf
Yeah,
course
it's in the
ditch,
ditch.
which is the Pontius. Gonna have to carry him out of there, I believe is the bid, isn't it?
I believe so.
Only only 2 bids.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
cut
it.
up and hold on.
Yeah, to be cut up the whole lot. Any questions? I see bid or, okay,
Guess we'll accept the bid for 1,300 from
Renfro,
Renfro.
Second that.
motion made second, all in favor, say aye.
Everything.
Heard the bid, everybody needs to read this. We talked about last time, yeah, remember if somebody come and give us a presentation, like an engineer or somebody. Over by, towards the east of Hamlet. Half of the water.
Where are we going?
Well, it's three phases. I was up there yesterday. So I said, no, I don't know, it's, I don't know.
Well, I don't look that bad.
So what was-
I spoke with a gentleman yesterday, I believe his name's John. It's in the emails in there to ask him exactly what we were, because I went up and looked at it and I didn't think it looked that bad at all either. So. And especially now this phase one over there, I don't know if you guys had time to go look at that. But that just has a few inches of water in it, and the only thing that they were requesting there really is some of the trees and brush in the 75-foot right of way are encroaching into the field a little bit. But I mean, other than that, there's no risk of, it's very small, there's no risk to any flooding issues there or anything like that. It's
So they wants to clean the ditch or take the trees off?
that one would be deep brush and a shallow dip. Phase one would be,
So
that's phase two.
they get their trees off.
Mhm.
They go take their own trees off. Oh, I didn't say that. Sorry.
And I said, I was up there.
So is that first picture phase one? This one? Is that phase one?
No, there's no pictures of phase one.
Okay.
Just, those are all just phase two.
So did we bid this in 3 different phases then?
There's 3 different lines on the same bid sheet, so yes. They should have been separated out per phase.
But we can bid them per phase.
Yes, that's how it's done.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Pass it down there, let him look that over.
So is your assessment then that it doesn't need significant work, that it might be satisfactory just to take care of those trees that are encroaching on the?
Well, and that would be phase one. To me personally, I know like Jeff, I mean,
They're gonna take the trees off the 75-foot easement, so because they're encroaching on their property, they want to do that, they can do it themselves.
and there's no risk of, like, there's no flooding issues there or anything. It's the people that complain are up on a hill. You know, it's not, there's,
So is this a farmer that wants this done, or who requested
the
this?
property owner requested it up on the hill. Now, I don't know if they farm the land or not, to be honest with you.
On your own.
I don't think-
Is there anybody here on the Beal?
Okay, so this was a request initiated by a member of the public.
A group of them came in.
For the
Didn't
other,
the
for
group-
phase two, I believe the whole group was in here, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't see the need for any action, I don't know why.
Look.
I would open the
should
bid.
open the
Yeah.
bids.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
open it.
So the first one is from Dirtworks. For phase one, it's 6,750. Phase two is 9,300. And phase three is $19,464.50. The second one is from JD Excavating. Phase one is 6,975. The second phase is 9,610. And the third phase is 18,445. The next one is from Renfro's. The first phase is 12,400. Phase 2 is 23,560. And phase 3 is 56,500. And the last bid is from Beaver. And phase 1 is 7,500. Phase 2 is 10,200. And phase 3 is 19,000.
What is your advice? Table it for now,
I mean, that's what I would do.
I didn't see all the ditch.
Right, I know.
You know, when you look off the road, you know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
still, I can, that one you can see way down,
Yeah.
you know, and,
I don't see any significant.
I-
Yes, thanks.
when- you know what I'm saying? It's
I
just-
mean, that doesn't look like there's,
There are a couple of spots where there's some, sediment where it's blown in out of the field and things like that, but it doesn't look.
Right. They got irrigation there
Mhm.
on some of that,
Yeah, they
right?
do.
So it's, it's not like it's,
they pull out that ditch for irrigation.
I don't think so.
No, there was a well out where I was at.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't think they did.
Move, we table it.
Second that.
The motion made and seconded to table the project for now. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. We'll table it till we get different information, I guess, or different need.
Okay.
Solomon Ditch, Brandon Joe's Schumacher.
They've been at the board meeting in the past. I believe it was in November. They came and spoke to you there in Marshall County. They wanted to, close off the ditch there. I believe they're at the end of the ditch anyway. And so they wanted to do with wetlands area.
Yes,
Yeah, so thanks for having us. I'm Ryan Owen. I'm a biologist at USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service. That's Matt Patton. He's our area engineer. So he and I are kind of taking the lead for NRCS on this project. We have kind of a unique situation where we've got 3 landowners who all own a piece of this historical wetland. So Joel Schumacher is the kind of the lead for that group of 3 landowners, but it's Schumachers, Millers, and then Kelly. All kind of come together in this area. We'd be looking to restore the wetland there and then place an easement over that wetland. Here's a little bit of background information on the actual easement program if you guys are interested in it. Additional background info. So what we do there is take ground that would have been a wetland historically. Landowners voluntarily enroll into that program. We work with them then to restore the wetland and then place an easement over the property to protect the wetland. In this case, it'd be in perpetuity. So yes, we were here back in November. We're still fairly early on in the process on our end, still going through ranking and making sure that, the project would be funded on our end. But in order to complete the actual restoration, the Upper Solomon Ditch runs through a portion of that, and Matt can go to the actual engineering plans, but in order to kind of get the pool area restored the way we would ideally like to see it, it would require to kind of block off the ditch there. In November, the board at that time had said, to go to each of the affected
Yeah, here's
upstream
letters.
landowners.
I didn't open them yet because I didn't know if I was allowed to, but you guys had requested the property owner send in letters. So
Yes.
we've got them.
Yeah, some of them should have been, I think, via mail, some may have been
And
via
one-
email.
Yeah, one was email.
And we weren't always copied on those emails either, so some of them, I'm not sure if you guys have them all. But we just wanted to make sure that we're still kind of in contact with you all. We're not necessarily requesting that it be abandoned today. We just want to make sure that if the project moves forward on our end, that would be a possibility. So yeah, I guess at this time, we'd be happy to take questions, or Matt, if you want to explain a little more on their inside of things, I guess we're open to questions on your guys' end here.
So we got. So we got that on the map, or can you get that up there or not?
I don't
There's
know, since it's
two
marked,
letters.
it won't-
Of the landowners. I know the Pontius is
What's the basic location on this?
You can pull it up.
over by Ancilla College.
Yeah.
So County Road 8C dead ends on the south side of the property here, and this would
About a
be
mile and a
County
half
Line Road.
straight north of the third letter. Of it.
What other one was it? What is it on there? Cause it doesn't. come-
It won't be on our.
We can't show that area. Even
You could try to get that close over to there,
go over
you have to go to County Line Road. But I don't,
right down by Ancilla.
So the ditch starts here?
Yeah, the ditch starts on the property. Upstream of the ditch is a tile, 10-inch tile that runs through Kelly property. So the ditch would actually start here along the property line between Miller to the north and Jenny Kelly to the south here. The tile then comes across County Road 8C, where it actually starts over here. With a 6-inch, I believe, it crosses 8C. Then it turns into an 8 or a 10-inch tile. Comes across this Kelly property, then has a tile where it opens up into a shallow ditch there, and then the ditch gets deeper as it makes a bend there.
Tile that maps here, starting here, angling.
So we use this.
Tree dumps into the bed into the open ditch.
Okay.
So here's the
Open ditch
actual
comes this way,
project
and
site
angles
would be.
across this property. So
actually
we'd
up
be
here a little
basically
bit.
looking.
So it'd be this whole
areas.
Arm of that tile.
We're looking
Ditch
at doing a
to about
structure here to dam up the open ditch.
So you're wanting to close off?
We would replace the.
Yeah,
tile.
so initially,
Neighbor's
last
drainage, we
time we
replace
were
it with a
here,
solid tile coming
our
from
thought
up and into
was
the
that we could still maintain, or, the county could potentially still maintain the tile.
Maintain their.
Our
drainage for this.
project would be that we would
That roughly like.
replace that tile with a non-perforated
Yeah.
tile, so we'd
It's,
still be maintaining drainage
That
upstream of
wooded
it.
area right there.
The board at that
is mostly
time had
this
said if
circle
we're
right
gonna
here.
do anything with the ditch and go to the ditch, they would have preferred to just abandon the whole tile and ditch.
How far you abandoning the ditch, dude?
So we would be looking at, essentially where there's an open field here.
Down to here?
Now, we'd be looking at basically, on the Miller property, so the ditch comes through an open field, and then it goes into a wooded area.
So it's not gonna affect me down here?
No, we'd be downstream of you where the abandonment would occur. Or,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, upstream.
Okay.
Sorry,
Alright,
yes,
cause I'm here
yep, no, we'd be
and that ditch runs through my property.
correct, so our proposal would be to end it where it's at on the Miller property, so
Okay.
it wouldn't affect your
Okay.
drainage. Again, the actual project on our end, if it moves forward, we'd still have tile through this Kelly property. Our easement would still allow for that drainage. Again, Max would speak a little bit more to
Yeah,
how.
it's required that we'd have to maintain that drainage for all the neighbors. So it would.
So you want everybody to drain into here?
Well, the other landowners up here, this existing county tile is right here. And so we would replace that with a solid one and dump it into our wetland, so their drainage would still be maintained.
And so then USDA would be assuming responsibility for maintenance of this.
Or yes, anything that's in our easement, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside of it, so currently Ancilla College and Hirschbergers own these other pieces, and they're aware that they wouldn't, the county wouldn't maintain that tile for them, but they would still have access, to what outlet into.
Am I right? for these guys, this is pretty deep.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So this is gonna drain.
Well, that's not, so this water here, it's never gonna go anywhere.
Well, we're gonna do a control structure in the ditch for the overflow. So when it does fill up, it'll just go down the ditch like it always does.
So how much water are you trying to maintain?
It'll be about a 14-acre pool area.
Depth is, I think.
Depth.
Depth wise, here in this wooded area, there'll probably be about 4 feet of water.
So quite a ways though. You know, you raise this 4 feet.
Yeah,
Well, it's 14 acres, you're not 4 foot.
yeah, it's an old, this is kind of the, looking at the center line of the ditch. And so we would put a levee here with our control structure to let the water come out. So our normal water level would come back at this point. So it's looking like, you'd be 1, 2, 3, almost 4 foot deep in the ditch. But the ditch is also a couple feet deeper than, some of the surrounding property.
Right.
And then the drainage tile currently comes into the bottom of the ditch. And so we're gonna make sure it comes in above our water level, so they still have free outflow.
Yeah, but you're gonna raise the tile. That's not gonna
Right.
help the other farmer.
Well, we're gonna,
Because you're still gonna raise it 4 feet. You're
yeah,
gonna cut his drainage off by 4 feet.
no,
Yes, because you're gonna raise it 4 feet from his outlet. That's what you just said in the ditch. It's in the bottom of the ditch now,
right.
and you're gonna raise it 4 feet, the water, and you still want it to dump in.
His property, the property of the nearest neighbor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 feet higher than our water. Than what
Than
the
the
water,
top of your water.
yes.
He's still 6 foot higher
He's
than
still
the
gonna
top
have
of your
6,
water.
yeah. And so this is the property line back here. He's about at 753. Our water is gonna be at 747. But because we don't want the lower end of his tile to be underwater. So we're gonna flatten it, but we're also gonna raise it from a 8 or 10-inch tile to a 15-inch. So it'll still have the same capacity. And it'll tie in with the existing tile at this property line.
Does that property owner know this?
Yes, this property owner here is in Scylla. And so they have sent letters of support.
Yeah.
They were supposed to, I talked to Ansel yesterday and Jeff Williams said he was emailing Glenn.
Okay, let me see if they're in there. I don't know, because I checked my email this morning and it seemed, but I got an email yesterday from someone.
Yeah, as part of our requirement, we have to make sure the neighbors' drainage is not negatively affected at all.
And yeah, we've sent that set of plans and explained, our project to.
No, not,
Okay.
but I looked this morning, I didn't see anything,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that.
We received nothing from Ancilla.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well, when I talked to him yesterday, he was traveling, so maybe he didn't have time. to-
Okay.
that's fine.
All right.
So you've got written support from all of the adjoining property owners then, or?
We've got, yes, verbal support, if not written, and they've all said that they would write something. So if you don't have it, just, certainly let us know, or if there's a better way to make sure that we're, covering all bases here, but yeah, so far, all, potentially affected landowners are aware of the
So
project.
Ancilla is the only other one that actually has any stake in this?
So it'd be Ancilla and then this Hirschberger property down here where that tile actually starts across.
Got something from her?
Yeah, right here, they emailed it yesterday.
Then there's one from Pontius, and I know where they're at, they're just a ways. I know them.
Yes, Pontius, I think is over here.
There is a lot of fall, right, in well, like where Pontius's house is, where there's a lot, but he's on a hill.
Yeah, and this Hirschberger property, most of that property actually drains to the south through another open ditch that's also starting on his property. So it's really, pretty small corner there, right on that northwest corner of that property. So.
Yeah, this would be the red line is all the water that would drain this direction. So this field here is owned by Ancilla. Our drainage tile that we would be replacing is right here. So this is the Hirschberger, that corner that comes this direction. But you can see they also have a open ditch right here. So I'm not sure if they ever had any issues that they would want to come this way, but we have to maintain it so that they can if they decide to. And then Pontius is down here.
So when you feel comfortable with this?
I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are you looking for us, for today then? Like, what's our action?
Craig, do you have anything to include in this at all, or?
As long as the affected landowners are on board, that's
Right.
the important thing.
The only thing we're missing is from Ansel, all the other property owners that he mentioned all have letters of support here. So.
And like Ryan said at the start, our project is still pending funding,
Okay.
but we have to know if we get the funding that this will be abandoned. So we don't expect it to be abandoned now because if something happens with our funding, you know, we don't want the landowners to be without it. It should still be a legal drain. So basically, we're looking either a full motion that says it's abandoned pending funding, or at least a verbal that says, yes, if you get your funding, we will abandon.
Well, I think we need to make sure that we get a letter from Ancilla first that they're supporting us before we go any further. We need to make sure we got that they're on board.
Yeah.
Since that's another affecting landowner. So I guess I'd probably make the motion. That, as long as we get Ancilla on board. Wayne doesn't see a problem with this, and
Not at all.
you don't see a problem with it?
I do not.
Okay. Then we go ahead and let you guys abandon that part of the ditch. And the specs on what you said,
Pending funding.
pending funding, well, pending their funding.
Right.
I'll second that.
The motion made in second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You bet. Fellow on, Kurt Hayes.
You can come on up.
Come on up, Kurt.
So, it looks like a project was done in 2020 on this ditch. And I don't know, for whatever reason, the whole thing wasn't done. It was just, they replaced the culvert here and they did this, but they left this stretch out. So, and it was not in the, scope of work either. So I did go out there. And looked at it with Kurt. I mean, it's very low there anyway, so I mean, the elevations are. There is sediment in the ditch. I mean, it's clearly there. I don't know how much you're gonna gain from doing it, but I mean, it definitely needs cleaned out.
What is this dumping into?
The Benninghoff.
This is only my second year farming, so I'm just kind of taking over
Right.
where Mike
Yeah,
be farming. So all I know is what Brian, the old landowner, told me that they said it was kind of too wet, they were gonna run back and clean it, and they never did.
Here's I did that with the elevation, so you guys can see like what the. I mean, it's really low there. It doesn't gain much there either, of course, but. You're gonna have to make sure if they did, they go partway into here to make sure it drains right, because this is really a lot higher than that.
But I mean, I don't understand why why it wasn't in the project. I mean, you gotta go a little more ways and the whole thing would have been done. I don't understand why they would have quit.
Yeah,
Why it
that's,
would have been in the scope.
What is that, a quarter mile?
No,
are you gonna dig it? Do you want us?
no, I wouldn't, no. I mean, but it was in this, it's in the thing, I mean.
We haven't got any bids yet.
So was it,
No, we
it was in the
haven't.
original scope or was not in the original scope to dig?
it was not in the original scope of work.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't have been in the scope too. I mean, it's part of the ditch, right? And they've gone all the way to the end of it.
Oh.
We don't have any pictures.
No, I don't have. any.
I bet you took some.
I did take some pictures. They're on my computer upstairs. I am
Okay.
so sorry. Hey, will you run and go grab me my work phone real quick? Or just grab both of them. I do have pictures on my phone. If we could move on maybe to the next thing and come back to Kurt. Sorry about that.
Okay, the Sharon Ditch spray.
So I was approached by, two property owners and they would like to take it upon themselves and use a license. It'd be Heritage Drone who they would use. I put a couple of maps here. They wanna do, one property owner wants to do a 1.5 miles, south of 30 on the Sharon Ditch. And then north of Highway 30, another property owner, separate one, would do a mile, and then we have a 1/2 mile that would be done as well. Anyway, they wanna pay for it themselves, do it themselves, so basically they're just asking for the blessing of the board to,
So move.
okay.
Second.
That's not hard.
All in favor, say aye. Motion carried. Right there.
I like that. Ain't cost us anything.
That's what I was hoping Kurt. would do.
You sure you don't dig yourself? I'm just gonna have to look at the picture.
We do enough of our own cleaning for free over there. We didn't know that was a protection ditch anyways, but anyway.
We're going to old business.
Oh, we have the, sorry, the Black Ditch too. We could put that under new business, I guess, but just real quick. I was approached by a property owner. He's actually here. I went out there to take a look at it. There's definitely a problem with curly leaf out there. There's a structure in there that slows cause there's a lot of fall in that ditch. We don't wanna do anything with that. We wanna try spraying first, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really late. But every
But the-
4 years, it really impedes the
It's
flow.
bad.
Severe.
So, and there's some pictures. I just wanna show you guys, cause I'd like to get that put on a spray plan, and get that taken care of. So we'll start with that
I
and,
guess, we really don't, if she just puts on a spray.
yeah,
plan,
I just wanna
we'll
let
just
you guys
okay
know.
that, right? When
Yeah, I would say
some
so.
come spring, when she has a plan to total spray in, or because you're gonna have other.
I am, I'm working on it. right
You'll have
now.
that separate, right? That'll be on the spray plan will be a separate bid.
Well, yes, because it'll be on a different, they'll all be on different
Different
ditches,
ditch.
so I wanna have them broke down to funding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess we can say, tell her to go ahead and get a bid on it, is
yeah.
what we're doing, right?
yeah, I just wanted
Right,
to
okay.
make you guys aware
Yeah,
of what's going
okay.
on,
Yeah,
so.
we'll get a bid on it,
I'll bring that up under new business.
it looks good.
Okay,
All right, thank you guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you got that,
Kurt's back
ditch,
and.
that's. If it's short footage, I mean,
It's only a quarter mile, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's,
not, I don't think it's not even
it's
that.
not even,
No,
so. We just need to bid it, and,
Just bid it, I guess. We don't see any pictures.
okay,
yeah, just go ahead and bid it and
all right,
get it done for you.
thank you.
You bet. Other old business,
I don't have anything for that.
new business,
I don't know if this goes under old or new business, but when we do these spray plans, didn't we discuss on what we want people to spray with? Did we change that, or we were talking about spraying and doing that, or?
So, have you guys been at a meeting where Heritage Drone had come? Here's,
Yeah, I know Jake is.
oh, okay, so yeah, this is, his pricing, what he uses, he actually has another product that he had emailed me that is more effective than what he was using than just like the 2,4-D. But yeah, I mean, that's who I would like to try to get a lot of my work done through. I think he has a really good,
So here's what I'm gonna say on this.
okay,
So I use crossbow, but I'm not a fan of crossbow. So I want to make sure that when we're bidding these for people, that Jake's bidding the same product as
Right,
what the other guys are, because that's gonna make a big difference. If you use Cordon instead of crossbow,
right,
it's gonna make a big difference in the price. So we need to make sure that when we send those bids out, that everybody's bidding the same thing, so that we don't have this issue to where we're bidding
right,
different things,
different chemicals and things.
different
Yes,
chemicals.
And I am just getting started learning this stuff. Do some of these chemicals work better for different applications than
Yes.
others?
Yes,
or-
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Crossbow will work good if the ditch has been sprayed several times and there's not a lot of big stuff out there. I always feel as though crossbows burn. It burns it off, and it does kill the stuff eventually. Poison sumac or sumac, whatever you want to call it, crossbow is great on that. But then you get into some of that heavier stuff, Cordon's better than that. So what I do is I mix crossbow, Cordon, and what's the other one, Dalton? Starts with an A. But, I think we need to make sure when we do this, that we got everybody bidding the same thing,
Yes,
because it can make a world of difference in
In the price.
the price.
Mhm. I understand.
So, I don't know, how do you want?
I will definitely make that happen.
And I can get you the name of that other chemical, because if they use Tordon and crossbow, they could take out the Tordon if they use that other chemical, and I can't remember what the name of it is. It's sitting on my shelf in my shop, I can tell you.
Okay,
But get with me when, and I'll help you through that, so that we're on the same page.
thank you.
any other new business? I guess so. Motion adjourned.
And we got meeting
Go
dates.
back to them.
If
Oh.
you wanna,
Yeah, you wanted to change them,
Yeah,
right?
can we change it the second Thursday?
That's up to the rest of the board members.
It ain't gonna matter to me, 'cause hopefully Commissioner Fawcett will be here next month, so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me,
Okay,
so.
so we'll go for the second.
We always bet at the second Thursday. I just like to stay at that.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, when you guys, I guess, kill the grass or whatever and like the robins and the beetle ditches, are you gonna do any of that type of program? Or that?
That's what I'm hoping to do.
We probably won't in the robins because of the size. You got
Right, yeah.
some grass up that way in the
Well,
robin?
no, up, yeah, up the beginning, it gets, it backs up quite a bit, it'll back the beetle up and break and flood it out. The
Well,
grass gets so bad up in there. He's tried, but sometimes they don't get started earlier enough to do that. And that stuff, that's what kills us up there up north, but then you got two big ditches up there, up to the robin, then you get the beetle where the beetle comes into the robins. It backs up around and it just keeps backing it up all the way around the corner and keeps going. And that's our main problem up there, is the grass. I think it's cleaned, it's low enough, but you just get that weedy stuff and it just keeps growing and then finally it dies, but it's not till July by the time it dies and floats on down. And
Yes.
stuff. So I don't know if you were thinking of starting any of that or not, or.
I can definitely look into that.
well, we're gonna spray.
We're gonna spray, we just have to figure out
Just
exactly.
figure out
where.
where, you know.
They got the granular, I think he tried granular before to put in ditches to kill that type of grass, whatever that was.
Oh, really? Well, I knew,
In the ditch itself.
and the drone can actually spray in the waterway also
Okay,
and kill that, so,
I didn't know if that was on there.
some of
Different
the,
chemical, I believe.
right, different
Yes.
chemicals for
But-
inside in the ditch and on the banks and that type of thing, but
Okay,
yeah.
I just didn't know if it was on the radar to do up in that area or not. I was hoping.
It is now.
It is, yeah, it is now.
Okay, all right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Just clarification on the next meeting.
Yeah, because what is it?
Oh, yes, we're gonna need to, so it won't be April 17th.
Having a March
April
one?
10th.
So,
We
No
should-
March meeting then?
January, shouldn't we be in March?
Yeah, we
January,
should.
March,
Yeah, do you guys have your list in front of you?
yep. March 20th.
So.
But it's
it would be-
not.
It's not gonna be that, it'll be,
Right.
that was my typo on the agenda.
Okay.
So March
13th.
13th.
Okay,
So are we gonna go every month then?
was hoping to.
Okay. Cause we.
It all depends on if we have a quorum or not, so, but we've been trying to call the day before, and if we don't, then we give you guys a heads up so you don't make the
Well, before
trip.
we only went every quarter, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just making sure, so.
Yep.
March 13th.
And we can adjust that. if
Yeah,
we get-
definitely.
If we get into April or
Right, that's why I did that, because of you guys, you know,
Then
your
we can-
busy season, so.
May is never good.
Are we busy then?